Well, hello folks, welcome along to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet and we are back with a Euro Truck 2 simulator playthrough. This is episode 100 and we're doing something rather special for this episode. We are going further than we have ever gone before, over 2,000 kilometres, in trying to get one of the not necessarily more difficult achievements, but one of the achievements that requires a little bit of effort to go out and get. And that is the long hauler achievement, in which you need to drive over 2,000 kilometres. We are going to, well, we're set up in miles, so we need to get over 1,242 miles. This particular job is going to be going, actually I don't have the details, but it is over that. It's about 50 miles above that. And we're going to be going from SALZBURG in Austria to PORI in Finland. Let's have a look at the map, and this is our truck and the trailer we're taking. We're going from DB Cargo and we're going to be taking potassium hydroxide, which is a highly corrosive substance. This is where we are going to be going, and we're covering, the reason we're going this route is because we're going to be covering a lot of area that we've not been in before. We've never been in the Czech Republic. We've very briefly been in Poland, so we'll be exploring that, and then we're going to come up from through the Baltic nations, through Lithuania, through Latvia, through Estonia, and then finally we take the ferry into Helsinki, and we drive across Finland to go to PORI in, it's not really northern Finland, but it's northern Finland in the context of the game at the moment, before the Nordic Horizons DLC has dropped. So it's a nice big journey, 1,350 miles. As you can see, it's going to take us through 34 hours and 39 minutes apparently. And we have to remember, we also will have to sleep along the way. And this is a quick jobs event, so we've got about 64 hours to get there. So we need 68 hours. We need to be able to. We need to think about sleep. We need to think about all those sort of things. So let's get out there and let's get on the road. We are going to be. This is the first drive I've done for a little while. I think we need to come from over here. So. And we are already got a little bit of a problem in that we've got some rain, but we're going to be doing some quiz questions along the way. There's 7 countries that we are going to be passing through, and we are going to be doing a question for each, a multi-choice question for each of those countries. And I'm on the right side, the left side of the road. That shows it's been a little while since I played this, so yeah, just need to remind myself I'm in Europe. I'm driving on the right, not on the left, and hopefully things will go well. So yeah, we are currently here in SALZBURG. We have looked through SALZBURG, quite extensively, so we're not going to worry too much about that. We will get those lights on though. Apparently I didn't need to indicate there. Nobody does. We will be coming out 34 hours 36 minutes. That is an epic amount of time that we've got to do to get it. But we are, well, it's 5 o'clock on Monday afternoon as we're starting out, so let's see how we do. We'll be getting over 50,000 euros as we see the Latvian flag, the Austrian flag. It looks pretty similar to the Latvian flag actually, just on the right side there. And we look like we'll just be coming out of SALZBURG shortly. So I'll talk a little bit more about some of the bits and pieces associated with this. But yeah, hopefully you'll join me on this little journey, which will be episode 100. So I thought I'd do something special. Thanks for those of you who left a comment as to what we might be doing. Just go past the pizza house. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't need to stop for pizza. It's a shame. It's a shame. I think that would have been quite nice. Right, folks. Well, looks like we're getting out on the motorway. I'll come back where we'll ask our first question, which will be about Austria. Hope you're going to enjoy this. Play along in the comments below. Let me know how you get on. And yeah, love to see these episodes always do well, particularly I think when we've got kind of geography associated quizzes. I guess because you folks like ETS2, you're a big fan of all this type of stuff. Right, we're on to the, I guess it's the Autobahn here in Austria. See you in a bit. Just going past this Austrian palace on the left. I can't remember exactly what that was, but it's one of the achievements there. The Melt Monastery. I think I talked all about that previously. Making some good progress at the minute. We have gone past Linz. We're heading towards Vienna. No issues at all. We've been going a couple of hours, so we've still got a long way to go. Maybe ticked off about 100 miles down the road. Still over 30 hours to go. So it's big, long distances to travel, but it's all good. Beautiful countryside that we're going through at the minute, and looking forward to hitting Vienna and getting past that. And once we get to Vienna, I think we will ask question number 1 of the little quiz. So I'll see you there. It's probably going to be dark, I think, when we get there. Here we go. We actually have to pass through Vienna, and another one of the big landmarks there on the right side, which is one of the really impressive places to visit in Vienna, which we mentioned in a previous episode. Again, we'll have just a little look at that. The Schönbrunn Palace, really nice looking place, and it's huge gardens inside there as well, so well worth a... Oops, I apparently put my hazards on. What did I press to put the hazards on? Well, it's F. Dear me. Anyway, whilst in this beautiful sort of location, I think we have to turn right there, we can't, but so we need to be in this lane. Let's ask question number 1, which was around Austria, and certainly one of the things that we know about Austria from having done the some of the mountainous pass routes is that there is a lot of mountains in Austria. So the question is, roughly how much of Austria's land area can be considered to be mountainous? So how much of Austria is mountainous? So your options are A, roughly 45%, B, roughly 55%, C, roughly 65%, or D, roughly 75%. So how much of Austria is mountainous? Now we'll give you the answers to the quiz questions. I think we'll do the first 2, Austria and Czech Republic, and then we'll give you the questions before we ask you the next ones in Poland. I think that's the way we'll do it. So we'll have to bid Austria adieu. I mean, look at this, just an absolutely gloriously put together place by the developers. What work they have done here. Really like Vienna in the game. It's one of my favourite locations, I think. Just gorgeous. And it is really nice in reality, but it does have the kind of more seedy areas and the sort of grand architecture as well. Anyway, folks, I am going to head on forward. We're not got that far to go to get out of Austria. Vienna's not far from the border, and I'll see you in Czechia, or Czechia, is that how you say it? Or the Czech Republic, as I can say. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, just passing through the border here, and again, no particular border control as we go over it into the Czech Republic from Austria, and that is that. It was very easy. So this is all new to me. I've not been in the Czech Republic before. Unfortunately, we're not going to see much of it. We've got this beautiful sunset, but we really can't see much of what's going on there. We're just north of Prague now. We're coming towards the city of Brno, which is in the south of the Czech Republic, and then we're going to be heading up towards Ostrava, I believe. We'll have a look at the map. So just and then relatively quickly over the border into Poland, where we will go through Katowice and then Warsaw, and then all the way up here into Białystok before we finally get out of Poland. So we'll be in Poland for a long time, probably the longest period of this journey, but making really nice progress. We're already under that 30-hour mark, which is nice to get. Still over 1,000 miles to do, but we're making good progress on that, and yeah, pretty pleased with the process thus far. Seem to be doing all right, and still at this point, and I know I shouldn't say it, we are yet to have an accident, yet to have any sort of event. So we are on the perfect delivery at the moment. I don't think I can do this in the perfect delivery, but wouldn't it be blooming amazing to do that? So we'll head on a little bit, and maybe as we get through near Ostrava, we will ask the second question about the Czech Republic, or Czechia. See you shortly. Yeah, good progress being made. Right, just heading off for a little bit of fuel. Don't quite need to sleep yet, and I think we can probably get all the way into Poland before we need to sleep, and there's a place at the border we could do that. We've got to wait for this guy, have we? One fueling spot for trucks. Okay, well, see you in a second when we actually get there. Right, here we go. Fueling up. Yeah, we won't need to sleep, and we're now kind of well on the way towards Ostrava. So once we get out on the road, I will ask our second question. Fuel expenses are covered by the employer. Even better. So we don't actually need to worry about those expenses. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about is our loads, because we're hauling potassium hydroxide. Now this is an incredibly caustic substance, similar to sodium hydroxide in many ways. I wasn't actually sure what potassium hydroxide was kind of used for in the context of all these things. I've now managed to get my headlights working as well, so they do kind of dip automatically when anything comes the other way, which is perfect. So we can get a much better view of what's going on in front of us, as well as making sure we don't dazzle the other people who are driving around. But yeah, two of the main usage which I was not aware of was in liquid soap manufacture, which sounds a little bit on the scary side. Oh, Christ, that could have been bad. It's also used in food, I think, as a preservative. I forget exactly what it was. And the other one I had on my list was as electrolytes in batteries. So yeah, which was definitely so various things that it might be useful. No idea what they're going to be doing at the other end of this in Finland, but yeah, those are three of the potential uses for potassium hydroxide. Right, we're back on the road. You can see where we are. We're just going to be coming past Ostrava fairly soon. Fortunately, we don't have time to dip into Ostrava, but what we do have time to do is to give you our second question. So we've already done question one, and we're already down to 32 miles an hour. That's not ideal. And we will get on with question two. So this is more of a historical question. So when did Czechoslovakia dissolve and become Czech Republic, or Czechia and Slovakia? Was it the 1st of January 1990, 1st of January 1993, or the 1st of January 1996, or the 1st of January 1999? So that's A, B, C or D, those options. So A, 1990, B, 1993, C, 1996, and D, 1999. It makes it so much easier, doesn't it, with these high beams up there. we're maybe a little bit over the speed limit. Let's get this down. We're still on a perfect delivery, believe it or not, folks. Still there. Right, folks. Yeah, so we'll have a little bit of a sleep when we get to the border, or maybe if we can push a little bit further into Poland, that'll be even better. It's currently almost midnight, but we do have, I think, about 4 hours in the tank. So we do not want to sleep too soon. We do not want to sleep too soon. We want to maximise this as much as we can. So looking at this, yes, we can probably get here. We've got to go through Katowice. So if we look here, we can probably get all the way up here to this rest stop before we need to sleep, and then we can have a nice sleep, and then we'll be travelling through Poland in the day, which sounds pretty good. So I'll probably see you at the border, almost under the 1,000-mile mark. We're certainly well under the 30-hour mark left on this journey, so looking forward to making some more progress. But hopefully you're doing all right with those questions, and I'll give you the answers to those first two when we next come back. So fingers crossed you got them right. Ooh, I almost hit the back of that police car. That's thank God I've got brakes on this truck. So right, what's going on here? Slowly getting through this. Looks like they're doing a little bit of filtering up ahead, letting some of the trucks out, because we're horrendously bad drivers. We're not going to allow that. Yeah, we're just heading into the Polish city of Katowice. Yeah, not been here in game, so we're going to be picking this one up. I don't think there's any achievement. There we go, just picked up in the Going East DLC for picking up all the cities. I'm not sure what the achievements are in Going East, other than maybe the Orient Express, which is part of a number of DLCs. The achievements associated with a number of DLCs. So here we go. We're in Katowice. We've got policia right in front of us. Right, we will come here. Come to rest there. I mean, I'm not sure what that means. Maybe, I guess we can go. So please let me know, what is the flashing amber light for? Is that similar to what we saw in Finland, where there was a flashing light at night, where it was just more of a kind of give way than anything else? Let me know. Anyway, I want to get through those questions that we did, the first two set of questions. So the Austrian question was roughly how much of Austria's land area can be considered to be mountainous. So your options from A to D were 45%, 55%, 65% or 75% roughly. Well, the answer is actually C, which is 65%. The actual number is around 62% of Austria is mountainous, which is a mad amount of the country. So good luck. Well done if you got that right. Still on the perfect delivery, by the way. We've gone through 2 countries and I'm on the perfect delivery. Question 2 was in Czech. It was in the Czech Republic, or Czechia. So when did Czechoslovakia, or the Czech Republic, when did Czechoslovakia dissolve to become the Czech Republic? It was essentially B, the 1st of January 1993. So those are your first 2 questions. I'm trying to do this whilst I think I might have gone a little bit farther. Oh well. You gonna let me out? There we go. Well, we got out. Maybe not the greatest bit of driving in the world, but we did get out. So we are going to be tired pretty soon. So was that on cue? The yawn. We're under 1,000 miles, 991 miles to go. So I'll ask our question for Poland, and you can have a think about this one. As I said, we will do 2 questions, and then I will give you the answers for these 2, and then we will go on to the ones after that. So, question for Poland is, how many countries share a border with Poland? Is it A4, B5, C6, or D7? Have a think about that. A5, B6. No, A4, B5, C6, D7. Those are the options. So I'll put those on screen so it's clear. But still, even though we haven't done anything wrong here, we can't believe how things are going. So yeah, we are going to be coming off at this parking place just up ahead, having a nice sleep at 1:53 on Tuesday morning. We've done excellently well, actually. This first leg of the journey has been brilliant. Really happy with how we've how we've done there. We've made a big dent in the journey, and I think we are deserving of a nice sleep. So we're going to put our head down, and I'll see you in the morning. Right, lovely. Well, the night has made way for the morning. We slept long and hard, and to be honest, it's 11:50, so we've slept pretty much into the morning. Let's get out here. I think we'll be all right just coming out here. Had a nice breakfast of local delicacies. I'm not sure what Polish local delicacies would be you'd have for breakfast. Let me know in the comments. And we are going to be travelling across Poland. I'll show you all that on the map. So you can see here, our next leg of the journey is to actually travel through Warsaw, which we have not done yet. And maybe the opportunity to pick up this, whatever it is, this photo opportunity. There are a few potential photo opportunities en route. And then we will be heading into Lithuania, where we will be asking our very next question. So we'll drive on. Certainly, if there's anything interesting for us to see, we will let you know what that is as we go. I think the one thing I did want to mention is there's already information on update 1.51. We've seemingly only just had 1.50. Actually, it was a little while ago, wasn't it? It's when we had the events. But the one thing they've highlighted is that there's going to be a new title screen, both for ETS2 and ATS. It looks very snazzy. Pictures of it on Steam if you're interested. Right, folks, I'll see you in a bit. Looks like, I don't know why he's standing up on the bus, but I mean, I know you can, but why do you stand up right at the back on the bus? That's a bit of a new one for me. Should we sit down at the back and be little troublemakers? Anyway, I'll see you in a bit, and we will have more questions for you as we get further forward. But I think we'll probably come back a couple of times as we're travelling through Poland, because it is going to be a big chunk of this journey. 953 miles to go, 25 hours to go, and we are 11:30 on Tuesday. See you in a bit. So here we are in Warsaw. So again, another part of the game I have not explored at all. And again, this is in the Going East DLC. I have no idea how close this sort of replicates what Warsaw is actually like, but certainly looks a very nice looking city. Good skyline I can see, which is always nice. I'm not sure how close we can get to any of those buildings. Typically in the older part of the game you don't get to any of the sort of larger historic buildings, but that seems to have been changed in more recent versions of the game. But yeah, it looks good. I think I've also had a little break, had some dinner, might have had a glass of wine, so but we're still on a perfect delivery even with that, which is completely surprising. Yeah, I'm certainly enjoying this, and we've just altered the route ever so slightly, which will hopefully allow us to see whatever this is. I can't think of what massive thing might be near Warsaw, because this is a decent amount away from any of the roads, but we are going to then go past this question mark, this question mark. So we'll pick those two things up as we go through the city, and then we're heading off towards Bialystok, where we have been before. If you remember, when the West Balkans DLC hit, we went straight south from up here, and yeah, had a really nice drive down there. But yeah, we went through Bialystok on the way. But yeah, and then we go north of that towards the border, towards Lithuania. So I'll see you when these lights change, and we can have a look what this might be just up ahead. I think I see what it is. What's that? I wonder whether it is the Warsaw skyline. What is that massive building with the clock on top? That looks pretty damn awesome. We are able to go straight on, but we are again going to have to wait for these lights. And while we do that, let's see if we can get the picture of this. It's the Palace of Culture and Science. I'll try and put a picture of that up on screen, so you can have a look at what that looks in real life. Not sure which of those buildings it is, but I'm suspecting it's the older of the buildings that we're looking at. Just taking off the windscreen wipers there because we've been going through some rain. Typically I hadn't switched those off. And before we disappear, we'll just have a look at what we've got here. Obviously we're going to have a recruitment agency and some sort of car dealership, but we'll see what we get. So I'll see you just up the road. So on the left, looks like we've got the recruitment agency just there. Yep. No, it's Mercedes-Benz dealership. Okay. And here, I think we're turning just to get that, what will be the recruitment agency. So I'm pleased to have picked something up, some photo opportunity on the way. So I'll see you in a bit. So amazing skyline. I'll see if I can find a picture of the skyline of Warsaw as well, because it does look quite amazing. It'd be great to see if that replicates in real life. Because yeah, I mean the game's done well, but I don't know how well it's done back at this time. And the Going East DLC, that was a while back, wasn't it? Yeah, recruitment agency just there. Right, on we go. I will see you probably at the border, the Polish border, which isn't going to be a million miles away now. We've got Bialystok to get through, where we have been before, and then we will go north of that and hit the border. So probably see you there, and we will get, was it question number 4, which will be in Lithuania. See you in a bit. Before we completely head off, I did want to say we are now only 840 miles out of our destination, 22 hours 25 minutes to go, and it is Tuesday at 2:10. So when we next meet up, we should have made a significant dent in that. Damn it, there we go. First, it's a red light offence. I thought we might be able to get through, but I forgot it wasn't one of those where we had the flashing light. It was a straightaway change. So it's not going to be a perfect delivery, which is a little bit frustrating, but you know, hardly surprising. The hell? What? Did something just come out? I think something must have just come out of the petrol station there, because I sure as heck didn't see that. I was just miles away, just looking at the road in front. Be interesting to see that back, because I swear something just came out and there was no room, because I was right behind the car in front. So that one was not on me. I'll see if I can put an arrow on screen just to have highlighted that, maybe even sort of show it in, you know, slow motion or something, just so you can get an idea of how much that wasn't me. But yeah, maybe it's just the drivers in Poland are bad. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, we've got a clear road ahead of us. You can see that the sleep meter is creeping upwards. I think we've still got a decent amount of time. Whether we get out of Poland or not before that, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see how we do. I'm hoping to at least get into Lithuania before we need to sleep again. Let's just have a quick look how long we have to complete this journey as we go through these kind of agricultural areas. So we've got 45 hours to go. We've easily got plenty of time to have another sleep, but we are likely, I think ideally we will want to get to the coast before we need to sleep another time after that, because we can sleep on the ferry depending on how long the ferry is. I'm hoping the ferry is long enough to be able to do that, but if we can do that, then that should allow us to get there relatively easy. Now just on 774 miles to go. We're almost at the 20-hour mark, so we really are making excellent progress. And we're coming up on the town of Bialychok. Yeah, Bialystok, which is not far away, and then it's no distance till the border. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit when we arrive at the border, and then we will give you the new question for Lithuania. So very briefly, we had just arrived here at Bialystok. Looks like a very industrial town. I cannot remember this for the life of me, to be perfectly honest, but again, we're going to be taking a left here. No need to sleep just yet. We're going to be trying to get to that border before we need to sleep again. Got away with that one, I think. Right, I'll see you a little bit down the road, probably at the border. I'm looking forward to getting the next set of questions out there, and then we will give the answers to the two sets of questions that we've done. So question 3 and 4. Oh, I'm getting tired. Oh dear me. It feels like we're almost there though. I mean, we're not. We're about halfway, but it feels like we're a lot more than that. So we're just crossing into Lithuania from Poland, which is very nice. So that was a long old drive, some very nice scenery, to be honest, and yeah, here is the border, and yeah, very nice. You could sort of see as we got in closer to the border the change in quality between Poland and very, very North Poland, and now Lithuania, where it looks really, really good, because this one is a more recent DLC. Don't need any fuel at the minute. We are needing a sleep probably in about 2 hours, something like that. We've got a rest stop in about an hour, so we'll stop off there. But whilst we're waiting for that, what I will do is give you question 4, our question in Lithuania. So, which of the following is not an important Lithuanian industry? Is not an important Lithuanian industry? A, bauxite mining. B, the processing of amber. C, furniture. Or D, agricultural machinery. So that's A, bauxite mining, B, the processing of amber, C, furniture, and D, agricultural machinery. So we will give you the answer to that just before we do the next, or that one and the previous one, just before we give you the next question, which will be Latvia. But I think we're making some really nice progress at the minute. Only 644 miles to go. We are, what are we? We're at 7 o'clock now, and what I think we will do, let's have a quick look at this. Could we possibly make it to there, which would be 2 hours 4 minutes? So how long have we got to go? Yeah, we could make it. We'll go for the next one. We'll go for the next one. You can see we've got 41 hours remaining of our job, so I think we're doing pretty darn well at the minute. Pretty happy with this. And yeah, so we'll look to stop at that rest stop. So I'll probably see you there as we're zooming through the Lithuanian countryside. I think Kaunas is not far away, but we're not going to be stopping in there. Just 16 hours 50 to go now. Just mad. Doing really well. Right, folks, I'll see you when we're sleeping. I don't know what we'll be having for our dinner. What is a Lithuanian dinner look like? It's always the questions I have about food, isn't it? But if you know, let me know in the comments. Oh, we've actually discovered Kaunas, which is number 16 and 30. I didn't think we would be discovering Kaunas, which is very nice. Yeah, we can see it just here, but we are, yeah, just, well, what looked like we're on the outskirts of it, but there we go. That's pretty nice. So we're just heading up here towards this rest stop there. Well, I hope it's got a rest area there. If it hasn't, it might be in a bit of trouble. It does. Right, let's get, I'll see you there. Right, we're just going to head into this rest area here, just on the left. Somehow we get into it. How are we getting into it? Ah, here. Nothing coming, so we'll just zoom into it, and we are going to have a serious kip. Oh, at least we haven't had, the only accident we had was nowhere near our fault, so that's pretty good. Someone just pulling out as we drove past feels completely ludicrous, but yeah, there we go. So right, folks, well, what I think I'll do is I'm going to give you the answers to the Poland and Lithuania questions which we've just given you. So, question from Poland was, how many countries share a border with Poland? As I go incredibly over the speed limit. So the options were from 4 all the way to 7. The answer was 7, which is option D. Countries are Germany, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Ukraine, Belarus, Lithuania and Russia, which is an impressive number of countries sharing a border with Poland. So yeah, well done if you got that right. And our question for Lithuania was, which of the following is not an important Lithuanian industry? We had A, bauxite mining, B, processing of amber, C, furniture, or D, agricultural machinery. The answer is A, bauxite mining. The leading processors of bauxite mining are in fact Australia, Guinea, China and Brazil, so not Lithuania. But yeah, there is apparently some really cool amber that comes from the Balkans, which I had no idea about, but there we go. So I'll be back in a bit once we get into Latvia to give you question number 5, which will be all about Latvia. See you in a bit. Okay, folks, so we're back. and now are in Latvia. We've gone quite a way into Latvia actually. We're north of Riga, and for anyone who was watching the videos a little 2 or 3 episodes ago, you'll recognise this sort of little coastal road that we've been on previously just north of Riga, which is a really lovely little drive. You can see we have made considerable progress. There are 377 miles to go, 10 hours 42 just remaining. The coast just on the left. So let's give you the Latvian question, which is Latvia's longest border is with which country? And your options are A, Lithuania, B, Russia, C, Estonia, or D, Belarus. That's A, Lithuania, B, Russia, C, Estonia, and D, Belarus. So that is which of those countries has the longest border with Latvia, which is quite an interesting one. No cheating, folks, no cheating. See if you get it right. I got this wrong first time round when I was looking at these questions. See if you get it right. We will give you the answer to that question after we have given you the Estonian question, and you can see we're not that far away from actually reaching Estonia now. You can see the border is just up the way, and we're not far away from coming through Pärnu, and we're going to be going all the way to Tallinn before we then take the ferry into Helsinki. So we're almost in Finland. It's not far away at all. We're doing pretty darn well. Right, folks, I'll see you in a little bit. This time we will be over the Estonian border, and the reason I'm not spending huge amounts of time talking in any of these particular regions is because we've just been here, so I don't want to revisit old ground. I did love this road when I went on it the first time round, so I'll see you in a bit in Estonia. Right, folks, we are well into Estonia. We are sort of driving in towards Tallinn now. If you remember, when we were up this way, we had this kind of weird bit of a road system, which we're just kind of going through now. We're not getting off this road at the minute, but I guess we will do reasonably soon. But let's do question number 6, which is for Estonia. And the question is, how many islands are part of Estonia? So A is less than 500. B is between 500 and 1,000. C is between 1,000 and 1,500. And finally, D is above 1,500. So how many islands are part of Estonia? This was an interesting one because I had no idea about this. Right, so we'll be heading into Tallinn, and we do have a viewpoint to collect there. We've got a question mark to collect there, and a photo opportunity. So we'll be doing all of that in a second when we get into Tallinn. So here we are in Tallinn. We can see on the right, we're going to be picking up something, but on the right we have here, it's the Tallinn airport there, which is pretty cool. And then we will equally just be picking up a question mark as we take a right turn here. Which is that building there. Looks like potentially it's going to be a recruitment agency. And we'll find out in due course. Yeah, it's a recruitment agency. Another one of those picked up. And then we do have a viewpoint to pick up there. So I'll see you when we get into the ferry terminal to collect that viewpoint. And we are so close now. So we still need to do the final couple of answers from the last 2 questions, which we'll do when we complete our ferry journey. And then we also need to complete the we'll need to get the viewpoint and give you the other question, and we've got additional viewpoints to do once we get over in Helsinki as well. So that should all be a lot of fun. So I'll see you in a little bit when we get to this viewpoint. Not a long way to go now. Well, here we are at Tallinn ferry terminal, Tallinn port, looking very, very industrial. It just kind of came through a residential zone and then we're just here. So we will be getting on to that ferry in a second, but we do want to see what this particular thing is just on the right. How do we get to that? Okay, so I'm just going to get in there. It's not going to be easy. Leave my truck here, and we'll disconnect, and we'll go and visit that. Right, here we are. Let's see what this is all about. I imagine it's Tallinn, the port of Tallinn. So there's our truck, just sitting in the middle of nowhere, and this huge ferry in the background there, looking very impressive. I think that's more of a. I don't think that's a ferry actually. That's a sort of passenger ship, isn't it? Feels more like a cruise liner. It looks really, really nice though. I caught it on a beautiful day. Oh, that's the Custard Haulers colour scheme there. Bright yellow. That's what we do. It's Helsinki. Was Polaris Gate? Maybe? I don't know. That's where we'll be heading. In there. Very, very shortly. Right, there we go. Well, that was nice to see that port. We'll just reverse back in here, and then we're going to go and head back and pick up our truck. And whilst we're doing that, let's give you the answers for the questions around Latvia and Estonia, which we have not done yet. Just on the grass ever so slightly. Just pick this one up. Some careful reversing. So, Latvia, the question was, what is Latvia's longest border, which country shares it? And your options were Lithuania, Russia, Estonia and Belarus. The answer is actually A, Lithuania, which has a border of 360 miles there or thereabouts with Latvia. This is considerably longer than the other borders, which are all in the hundreds or less. So yeah, A, Lithuania is your choice there. And the question that we just had on Estonia, around the number of islands that Estonia has. I think we can go in any of these. The answer was D, over 1,500 islands, which is utterly mad. The actual number, as far as I can work out, is 2,355 islands that are known to be part of Estonia, which I think it's a little bit on the crazy side. So those are your answers for question 5 and 6, and once we get over into Finland we will do question 7. We've got a 2-hour 30-minute ferry. Going to pay €430 for the privilege. And we are in the port of Helsinki, and we've hit number 17 out of 35 of the Balkan tourist achievement. Right, we've got to come out here and go right, and we've got another, as you can see, we have another one, another viewpoint right there. So we'll be picking that up. So let's go and grab that, and I'll see you when we get there. Right, here we go. We're just picking this up in the port of Helsinki, so I guess this will be the accompanying port on the other side. Let's see what this is. Yeah, West Harbour of Helsinki, which is, I think, where that is. So I've been to Helsinki fairly recently and took a ferry or a boat straight across the around the sort of islands of Finland. There's a hell of a lot of those. And I just can't quite remember seeing any sort of buildings similar to this, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the skyline looks like, because as I remember, it was quite a unique skyline. There's some interesting buildings in Helsinki. So it looks, I mean, it's a very modern looking port here. Lots of glass, lots of concrete. Or weird and wonderful angles. Oh, and a bit of so I guess that's some solar power panels on the top there, which is kind of a nice way to make this appropriate. You can see the cranes for picking up the crates off the container ships, and yeah, so there we go. So we got a photo opportunity to pick up there, and then we are going to come out of Helsinki, and we are going to go all the way up to the very most northern city that is on this map at the minute, which is the city of PORI, near to Tampere, somewhere I have been, which was the most epically beautiful place. Really enjoyed my time in Tampere. Right, folks, I'll see you in a little bit when we get up to that photo opportunity, or if anything else I recognise along the way pops up. But we're doing well. We're yet to have any serious problems. We are only 189 miles away now, which is great. 4 hours 43, and it is 5:30. I'm wondering whether we are going to see. We didn't get to sleep on that journey, which is a shame. So it looks like we might have to get another nap in. I don't think we're going to. We're not going to get there, I don't think. So we have to be a bit careful here, because there is a big area there with pretty much nothing on it, and I'm suspecting that will be pure forest. Looking at what we've got left, (5 hours for it is tight, because if we drop this off, we've almost immediately got to find somewhere to sleep, because there is no room for error. But the question is, have we got time to do that? This actually does look quite a lot like Helsinki, having just kind of going through this after sort of travelling through Helsinki via taxi or Uber, which is not something I regularly do. We've got on the left here a set of buildings, which I don't recognise these guys. So what is this? The Helsinki Rushalahti Quarter. Right. If anyone, Kim Rankanen, if you want to tell me what that is, let me know, because I certainly didn't see that when I went. Well, we've got a second green light, which is always a good thing, and looks like we're heading in the direction of the islands to the west of Helsinki, which was where I was staying, which is really cool. So we'll just have it in the air. We're on the water here, and this does look a lot like it, actually, because you've got, I mean, Helsinki, there's a series of islands just to the west of it, and you go all the way through those islands to the city of Espoo, as I remember. and I can't remember what was west of there, but yeah, this is this does feel a lot like it. So we've got 4 hours 20 minutes to get where we're going. We'll do this little bit of journeying here, and I'll come back when when we stop. We might actually stop. We've got 19 hours 13 remaining. We've got 4 hours 19 to go. I think we're still fine even if we sleep. So I think we're all good. I think we're all good. I think we won't have a problem. So I'll see you in a little bit, and we will give you our final question, which will be Finland. And the question kindly provided by channel viewer Kim Rankinen, who is a regular commenter on these videos, and always really appreciate the information that he provides, because he is actually a truck driver, as my computer just randomly pushes me left there. Anyway, we haven't crashed. Very little issues actually on this journey, other than the one which we mentioned earlier on. So I'll see you in a bit, and we'll do our final question, and I'll give you the answer right at the end as we're parking. Well, we are going through some absolutely gorgeous Finnish countryside here, and this is exactly what I expected this to look like. Really loads of trees. I think the one overriding memory of Finland from the air is just how many trees there are. Just trees everywhere. I remember coming into I think it was Tampere airport when we flew in there, and I couldn't even see where the city was. It was just trees everywhere, thick trees. So yeah, this is kind of what I expected. And yeah, I drove to Turku on the bus, and again it was just trees all the way. It was really lovely, amazing countryside. So I will give you the question in a little bit. It is a question that is going to be, something on the screen is going to give away the answer. So we're going to have to be careful when we actually give the answer to the question. So or when we actually give the question. So what we might do is we might pull in for it and give you the question, and then go to our end location, maybe something like that. So yeah, enjoy. It is looking absolutely gorgeous out here. Just 2 hours 8 minutes to go. I can't believe we are almost done with this journey. It has been epic. It's been so long, such a massive journey, but it is almost done. Just 83 miles to go. See you when we get to the end of this. So yeah, so our final question as we drive into PORI. I think we're just on the outskirts here. That's green means we can go. So yeah, the final question here as we're driving into, I don't know what this location is here, but really happy to be here. We got caught by the police a little while back, just as the speed limit changed. But the question is around speed limits, as we're just yawning. So we've done incredibly well to get here. The question is, what is the highest speed limit for trucks in Finland? Now, some of you may have been paying attention to the speed limit that we had earlier. Question is that the real speed limit? We are just going to park generally, and the options you've got are A, 45 miles an hour, B, 50 miles an hour, C, 55 miles an hour, or D, 60 miles an hour. So what is the maximum speed limit for a truck in Finland? And big thanks to Kimi Rankinen for that question. And we are, there we go, and we have the long hauler achievement, over 2,000 kilometers. My god, that was an epic journey, and we have got to level 34. So let's go and add something to our driver. It's really not a lot to do. Let's do just in time delivery. We've just got one more of those to go, and then we'll be almost there. Oh man, we are all the way. We drove all the way up there. It was absolutely crazy. So hopefully you've got your answer for the final question. Yes, the final answer was actually B, 50 miles an hour, which is pretty much the speed limit that we were travelling for the majority of our ride in Finland. We went a beautiful ride through the forest, but we've been just on this epic drive just to remind you how far we've come, as we're now back in Russia, but we've come all the way from down here, Salzburg, through Vienna, up here, through north to south of Poland, through the 3 Baltic countries, took the ferry from Tallinn to Helsinki, and then have driven across to the western side of Finland and to the city of Pori, where we have delivered our haul of potassium hydroxide without any major incident. I mean, I think we were caught by the police for speeding once, which was a tricky one. It was right at the very end there when there wasn't an obvious sign or anything like that, so a bit unlucky there. We had one minor accident where someone came out of a petrol station or a fuel station whilst we were driving past that entrance. I don't think there's anything we could have done there. And the final one was a traffic light violation where we just timed it wrong. We timed it terribly actually, but in all seriousness, on a 2,000 kilometre journey, that's not bad at all. Well, I hope you enjoyed this 100th episode special, as it were. It's probably going to be a bit longer on the edit than many of the other ones, but really enjoyed it myself. Yes, there are a couple of more epic sort of episodes that we could potentially do in the future, but we're going to be going back to sort of some of the smaller, shorter episodes, and we'll be focusing in on the Grand Tour and completing that, as we've got to go from where we are now in Russia into Finland again. And so we'll be taking that job, and that will be completing another achievement, and then we'll be looking at other things that we can do in this region as we're waiting for Greece, the DLC, to be released. Anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button. Thank you very much for the support over these 100 episodes. It is mind-blowing. Huge thanks to those people who have been commenting right from the start. There's 2 or 3 people who have just been a massive support after coming over from Zilla's channel. Big thanks to Zilla for making that a possibility as well. And yeah, I will see you in the next episode. If you like the episode, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. See you next time. Goodbye.